All right, all right. We're going to let it fly on in. Going to probably bring a little bit on. I don't know if anybody wants to pop in tonight, but um, we doing vertical tonight. We doing vertical tonight just to see how it goes. We're going to let some stuff pop in, populate, and maybe we can talk about some stuff. I'm going to bring that up here a little bit. And, sometimes I just don't wait. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just don't wait. Let's speed that RS feed up to 9. Change that a little bit. Nah, we don't want it. We don't want that. All right. So what's going on, everybody? We are here live at. I'm not giving up on Pontiac WYAC. I can't give up on the flagship. That's the flagship program tonight, though. I was dealing with SNN. I got a couple things in mind, but a couple things I want to bring up. Tonight we're going to hit the vertical because the algorithm telling me that's what it wants. So I got to design a whole new template. But I didn't want to sit and wait. I had a busy day today. So I'm coming in here, drinking a little bit of coffee. Let me go ahead and turn on the phone lines because I anticipate maybe a phone call or two. Maybe not. If you out there, please give me a ring-a-ding-ding or a comment. But we on Facebook and YouTube right now, and we doing it on the vertical tip. Now, we've been talking about the hot topic button item, which is immigration. We've been talking about that the last couple of days, and man, we had a lively. I ain't gonna say debate. We had a lively discussion over the last couple of days, talking about what's going on nationally, as far as what's going on in Minnesota, some of the shootings, what's going on overall, and it's been quite interesting, as far as it's been quite interesting, as far as what's been going on in Minnesota, what's been going on around the nation. Let me go ahead and what's going on? What's going on, Houston? We gonna start up a super chat pretty soon and all that, y'all. Well, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, there we go. Hi, back to you. So, what do y'all feel about what's going on in Minnesota, man? It's a lot of people. Yeah, I'm talking about all over the nation right now. It's crazy. A lot of people saying, fires for black people, don't even get into that situation. I'm pretty good. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and share it, hit the thumbs up or something. I appreciate that. Subscribe, because right now we going live on TikTok, not TikTok, but Facebook and YouTube. So, but what do y'all feel about this whole situation, man? It's get out of Minnesota. Hey, I say, look, yo, it ain't that you got to get out. Don't even get in. Don't even get into all that mess. Honestly, in my opinion, don't even get into all that mess that's going on. You know what I mean? Because some reason people act like they don't know how to act around, like they don't know how to act around police officers. At the end of the day, these guys are still police. You know what I mean? And you can't fight them. You're not going to win. I had a little thing that I was showing the other day about how Chicago police chief was talking about it, and how he was like, look, y'all, they still police officers at the end of the day. So if you attack them or try to fight, you know what's going to happen. So we had a lively and a spirited debate on the weekend, and it got kind of tight. It got kind of tight. But it was funny. It was fun. A lot of different, 3 or 4 different viewpoints got brought into play, and overall, it was a good it was a good it was a good show. I enjoyed it overall, and it was good overall to me. That's how I felt about it, about the whole situation. But at the end of the day, it's how you guys, how you see it. How I see it is, don't get involved in that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? If you don't go protesting. Not saying don't protest your rights. I'm not saying don't protest. But this is a certain situation. You better be very careful and know what you're protesting against. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with go ahead and protesting against your beliefs and what you feel is the right thing and whatever to do. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But at the same time, you got to know what you're protesting about. So I'm going to open up the phone lines. If anybody would like to call, please call. I got a couple people, Aurora, Avondale, Houston, MAM, or whatever the case. Hey, good looking out. I'm going to put up the phone number in a minute because this is an open air talk show. Open air talk show. You know what I mean? Isabella. All right, Isabella. So why don't you call in? I'm going to give you the phone number. I'm about to give you the phone number right now. Let me make sure that the phone line is on and working first. You know what I mean? Let me make sure everything is set up. I'm going to open up the phone line and you can call. I had a busy day today. It's been a busy one. But it's all good. I'm back and I'm chilling. I'm doing what I'm doing right now. So the phone number, so you can see it, is 248-905-1128, 248-905-1128, 248-905-1128, 248-905-1128. I am going to invite someone online to be here. They on lunch break. Hopefully they can get a quick moment in and they can talk about what's going on. If you would like the link, I will give you the link. So let's go ahead and send that link to my buddy if he can pop on. But what do you feel overall about this whole situation? What do you feel about it? I know that the president had got in touch with the governor of Minnesota. They don't too much like and talk to each other and kick it or whatever the case may be. But it's in one of them situations that they got to come to grasp of what's happening. It's too. Look, I'm just going to keep it real. Matter of fact, let me show you guys something. I want to show you something. This is what the guy sent me earlier, and I'm going to share it with you. Let me see if I can pull this up so you guys can see this on here. And I'm going to pull this up. So let's pull this up right here. I'm going to share the screen. Because I want you guys to see this. Boom. I want you to see this. So now let's lift that up. I'm gonna make that higher so you can read that. Well, that didn't help no better. But it says this is a historically unchained. This is sent by Keith Crowell, and he brought this to me earlier today when I was out doing some things. It says, funny how some folks oppose black allyship, aligned with white power structures, then showed up after civil rights like they helped build the house. Now, we're told to stick our necks out again. History matters. Receipts matter. Still, some of us ride with y'all anyway. Don't ever question the morality of black people in this country. And then they have right up under here this guy. Let the Negro fight his own battles. His problems are not mine. I don't want to ally with him. This is from Felix Cherina, a Mexican American president of the LULAC, 1956 to 1960. He sent me this earlier because this is based off the argument that we had. So this has something to do basically about when we were in the civil rights struggle. During the civil rights struggle, of course, you had marches, protests, and all that. Now, this was a quote from Felix Tejurani, how you want to say his name, the Mexican-American president of the LULAC from 1956 to 1960 in the heat of the civil rights movement. And he said, hey, we ain't trying to join you. We ain't trying to do what y'all do. We not trying to X, Y, and Z, and we stay out of it. This ain't got nothing to do with us. So now people are wondering like, yo, why should we join, quote unquote, their fight? And my thing is, on my personal opinion, is stay out of it. Totally stay out of it. For real. If I'm just saying, as a black person, you would be foolish, in my opinion, to go out and involve yourself in protests. Not saying against human rights and things like this. That's a total different thing. We got to look at what's going on and what this is. So that's what our argument was about a couple of nights ago. We had a real great, I ain't gonna say debate, but it was a real great time as far as being able to talk to a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people chimed in. A lot of people, it got heated. Discussions got very, very emotional. You know what I mean? But people got their point across, and we let people speak as best as we can. Some points were stronger than others. But that's just what it was. We got another comment here. Let's go ahead and put that up. Let me move this out the way. Yo, what's going on? Did you see what I just put, Ramirez? Let me put that out. Tell me what you think about this. P8R. What do you think? What do you think about this whole ICE situation, this whole Minnesota, what's going on in Minnesota, the deportation, some people losing their lives over the protests? What do y'all feel about that? That's what I'm interested in hearing, and that's what I'm interested in knowing. You know what I mean? That's why I'm on tonight, because I want to hear what y'all got to say about it. You know what I mean? Because what you have to say is important. And a lot of times people don't, have a lot of, you feel bad. Let me see here. What particularly do you feel bad about, though? You know what I mean? Do you feel bad that the country's going through this? Do you feel bad that the immigrants are going through this? People got killed. What in particular do you feel bad about? And if you would like to call in, just let me know you want to call in. I'll give you the phone number. You can call in. People will hear your voice while you're talking. If you want that phone number, I'll put that up for you. But what do you feel bad about? I mean, I don't want to be assuming anything, but the people killing each other. Who are the people killing who? The people killing who? Be specific. Be specific. Who are the people you're talking about? If you would like the phone number, you can call. I'll give it to you if you like. The people killing each other and poor random people. I'm not really quite understanding what you're saying. I'm not quite understanding what you're saying, Ramirez. Like, there's a lot of people that's been going on. I feel bad for that. Most likely everyone. So, I mean, what do y'all feel about the situation? Who wants the phone number? I'd like to hear what you're saying in particular, because it's kind of hard to go off the comment, because the comments are sporadic. You know what I mean? Me personally is let these people look. They got a job to do. They're officers at the end of the day. Don't get in between them doing their job. It's not going to end good for you. It's not going to end good for you. No matter if you black, white, Latin American, Italian American, it doesn't, Chinese American, Asian American, it doesn't matter. Do not get in between whatever their mission objective is that they've been sent out and paid for to do. You're setting yourself up for a very bad day, quite honestly. Very bad. Sorry, would you say, sorry, I can't give my number. I wish I could. I know, I'm saying I will give you this number and you can call in. You don't have to give your number. Just let me know if you want the number. I'll put it on the screen. You can call in if you like. That's what I'm saying. They indeed law enforcement out is good getting involved. And that's what I'm saying at the end of the day. They law enforcement, no matter how you look at it. People talking about, oh, they ain't trained, they this and this and this and that. I don't care what you think and what you believe. If they're not trained, they still law enforcement. And the Chicago police chief said a great thing the other day. I mean, I don't think people really listening to it, but the police chief of Chicago said, when ICE is in Chicago, which they are, I think they're in full force in Minnesota, more or less in a bigger full force in Minnesota. For some reason right now, I think with the Somali situation, they really dealing with the Somalian situation out there. Here's the thing about the Somalians too out there, and here just keep it real. Somalians ain't black for real. They don't identify with black people. They don't like American black people. You know what I'm saying? They don't even, and I'm just telling you the fact of the matter of. Somalians don't even consider themselves black. Look, and here's the thing. Just because they're in Africa or they're from Africa, which if that's the case, everybody from Africa, that don't mean we the same people. So now it'd be funny to me when stuff like that happen to people. Now they jump on the black people's bandwagon, or if you want black people to do stuff and all that stuff. No. Somalis don't even, you know what I'm saying? Plus, if they're doing that fraud and all that stuff that they was doing, supposedly doing and all that, if that's true, they need to go. Especially if they not, if you hear illegal and doing illegal stuff, come on. You know, it's like, it's common sense. Like if I'm a criminal, if I'm already doing something illegal, why would I continue? Why would I do something else illegal? If I'm up under the radar, I'm like, I'm already not supposed to be here. Why do something that's going? I'm telling you, dog, you couldn't do it in any other country. You can't do it in any other country. So it's wild what's kind of going on. And like Still Well said, you know, which is true indeed. These people are law enforcement. You got to be careful how you're approaching or what you're doing while you're dealing with these people. So yeah. So I want to share this with right quick. I just put this on the screen, and let me go ahead and crop this a little bit so you guys can see this a little bit better. I want to bring it up a little bit better. It's just probably going to cover me up, but so what? I just want you guys to see what this says. So let's bring this up. We just going to forget what the caption said with the person up front. This is the guy. And this is what he said. Let the Negro fight his own battles. His problems are not mine. I don't want to ally with him. Yeah, am I going live tomorrow? More than likely. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Depends on the day bring. But I plan to go live pretty much a lot late, of late. Soon to be probably taking it to TikTok also. But this is what this man said back in the 60s, 50s, in the 60s, when the American Negro, the American ninja was going through its civil rights fight, and other nationalities and people was like, that's not our fight. Y'all fight it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, why jump in other people's fight now? It ain't got nothing to do with us. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's where I'm at with it right now. I am. So overall, you guys, what I'm trying to do right now is I'm gonna let you guys know what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure out if excuse me, I got to keep it real with you. I've been doing it a lot lately, you know what I mean? Trying to figure out if I want to stick to vertical. Now, as far as what you see right here, I wish I can go, and I can, it's going to take a little bit more setting up, going vertical and horizontal at the same time. Horizontal is what I like because there's a lot more I can, put on the screen. But vertical is where it is telling me I get the most traction. Like soon as I went live on YouTube just now, guys, it jumped up to, as soon as I went live, it jumped up to 35, 40 people watching immediately. Of course, people who zipped off, you know what I mean? It just, going vertical, I don't know who goes live. I don't know who deals with this type of stuff. And but when you go live vertical, it does attract eyes quicker. You know what I mean? Because it's made for the phone. I like personally, you know what I'm saying? So it's made for the phone, of course. Going vertical is easier. The algorithm pushes you to be found quicker and faster doing that. Nobody wants to, I like to go horizontal because I do no news stories and I bring people on. So it'd be easier to bring and fit people on. And when I say bring people on, I have a lot of virtual guests that come on. You can be one if you like. But I have to, per se, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure out which one. I like vertical, but I don't like it as much as horizontal. Horizontal, I'm able to show a lot of what's going on. But I do notice that there is a little bit more traction on the vertical. So I've asked myself, do you want to go with what works or do you want to go with what you like? What is my objective here? And the more that I think about it, I think I'm just going to go horizontal. I don't think I like the vertical as much. I don't have enough stuff on I like to have, and put it like this. If you like the content you're going to watch, it really, of course, it'll be, it's better found when it's like this on the phone type of situation. But I like the horizontal look because I can fit a lot more stuff. I got like news templates. I got stuff coming on the screen where you can see and it's dope the way I got it set. So I want to keep it like that. I don't really feel like going vertical. I tried it. I done tried it more and multiple times doing it. But I don't know. But I do notice it works more on YouTube. Facebook, yeah, not as much. YouTube, that's where the jump and the jump comes from in YouTube. You know. So I got to look at what is my target audience, who am I trying to affect, which is everybody. I would love everybody to be able to jump on, come on, and we have a good time together and, get something accomplished as far as conversation or detail of conversation. But I think if I'm going to do this where I enjoy it for real, I got to do it horizontal. So you guys might not see me doing vertical no more unless the program that I use come out with a situation where you can go vertical and horizontal at the same time. So I think that's where I'm going to probably end it off for tonight. Tomorrow I might come back on. I'm going to chill out, you guys. I'm going to put my feet up real quick. I done made me a nice cup of coffee. It's cold out here. It's cold in the mid. Hey, well, I don't know where y'all at. Where y'all watching from? Those that's on YouTube. Where are you watching from? Because where I'm at, Metro Detroit area, I don't know what's going on. I mean, last couple of years ain't been like this one. You know what I mean? I don't remember it being like this one anyway. The days that it say it ain't supposed to snow, it's snowing. You know what I mean? It's frigid cold, like it's below zero type of weather. And I used to smoke cigarettes, right? And it's crazy. Like, yo, I don't know. I used to look at people going outside to smoke squares. And then I turned into one of them people that go outside and smoke squares. Now I don't smoke. I'll be looking at these cats like, y'all still outside smoking squares at below zero? Like I done seen and ain't nothing stank more than I'm straight up honest. I can talk about it. Like a cold cigarette smell. Nicotine. That's, oh man. Well, people be out there, be cold as hell. And they be out there smoking. But I get it. You know what I mean? You got that little addiction. You need that fix to get through your work day. Hey, you do it. But I don't see how people do it, especially in this below zero weather. I know how you do it, but I'm like, damn, I don't believe I used to do that. But that's how cold it is. So hopefully we be getting this weather be letting up real soon, and we can get back to normal, whatever normal looks like. But I'm gonna end on that note, guys. Think about that. Y'all stay safe. You know what I mean? In whatever area you are from, you stay safe. You know, just try to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Mind your business that pays you. Don't jump into everybody's cause and problems. Do what you need to do for yourself. That's how you stay out of a lot of mess. I will be coming on. I don't know about tomorrow. Tomorrow, Thursday. It's like the end of the week that came so quick. But yeah, I will be coming on either tomorrow or Friday night. I have my own studio, and I'm trying to get my studio set up. This is my home studio, but I have my own content studio. Not too far from home, and I have people come rent out podcast time from me, or I produce it for them. People come have shot small, quick videos, whatever the case may be. Do a lot of kind of that creative work there, and so I've been working hard the last couple of days, spending extended hours on top of what I do in the daytime, trying to get it together. But for those that want to know, I don't got many things. It's called Effigy Media Arts, the pod, located in Bloomfield, Michigan. And if you are in the area, come check me out. Ready to get some work done. But we setting up a spot, man. It's already basically I was running the podcast studio with a 2-camera setup pretty much, and I flirted around with 3 cameras. But I went on and just made the jump. And I made the pod officially. I'm gonna get it all together tomorrow. Matter of fact, it's officially a 4-camera setup for the podcast studio at the business at the pod. 3 Lumixes and 1 Nikon. And they all DSLR type cameras. They they all got decent glass on them, meaning good lenses, clean look. You know what I mean? Lighting is good in there. We're just maximizing that space. We're really maximizing that space till it's full of potential. This is going on my 3rd year at that location. And I'm looking to where am I at? Here we go. And I'm looking to after this move on to a bigger location. That bigger location gonna be able to house. Maybe at least I would like to have 2 rooms, at least 2, but 3 is good. But so I can have 3 different set designs. But the thing about actually doing any type of business or any type of is that you got to be in a situation where you are where people want that type of business, meaning that it's a need. And I've been able to work with a plethora of different type of people, but I'm glad that there's a need for what I do. And I think the need is going to grow. That need is going to grow and is going to be needed more. You know what I'm saying? So I think podcast studios are really the ones that have a real good functional podcast studio. Those are going to be big. And I'm glad that I'm ahead of the fray when it comes to that. Like, I've put a lot of time and effort into my podcast studio, my business. Not this place right here. This is home. This is the lab down here at home, my setup at home, so I can come to you guys. But the pod, which is let me bring it up. If you guys want to see, I want to I'm going to show this to you tomorrow. I'm going to get everything set up. I'm going to get everything set up the right way. And we're going to go back and I'm going to come back horizontal. And that way I can kind of really show you what's kind of going on. So you have more of the screen or more of the, we have more of the real estate where you guys can really see. But, so you guys can really see what's going on there, but really invested a lot of time, effort, you know what I mean? And just really just to hone it. And I think anything with any type of some business is sometimes you got to be, in order for things to work, you got to be before your time, but you don't want to be too before your time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be before your time, like maybe a year before things, you know what I mean? For maybe a year. You don't want to be 5, 6, 7 years ahead of your time, because during those 6 or 7 or 5 or 4, 3, 2 years 3, 4 or 5 years that you waiting for people to catch up with you, you still have to pay the bills. So you want to get into something that is ahead of its time, but not too far, unless your pockets run deep and you can do it like that until people catch up with you. So my advice is if you want a business or something that you're trying to do, get something that there's a need for or a strong want. And it has to have to be the right location. It has to be a need or a strong want where people have disposable income and this is something that they want to do. Like you got to, you know, like so people that came to the podcast studio and used it, these are not needs that they have. It's a strong want that they have to come and get their message out or across, and they need a professional, safe, clean place to do it. It ain't no ragamuffin, one-in-the-mill place you just go and it's nasty, dirty, and it's loud, and it's, you know, it's a lot of junk going on. No, it's a peaceful, quiet place where you can come in. The vibe and the aura or whatever you want to call it is real smooth, nice, and people are able to come in, sit down, gather their thoughts, and we can record or go live or, you know, hive or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know, so there was a need for it or a strong want for it. So, and plus a lot of the stuff that I needed, quote unquote, I already had in order to run it. Like I haven't bought, since I had my podcast studio, I haven't bought one new camera for it. It's going on my third year. This is stuff that I already had. Like I already had the camera. So the third and fourth camera that I just added for the podcast studio is cameras that I already had 4 or 5 years ago. But if you take care of your equipment, you never know where and how you need to use it. Like I was on Amazon today getting ready to buy something. I'm like, yo, I had like a $50, $60 purchase of some stuff that I thought I needed to buy that I really didn't need to buy. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what? I came down here to the lab. I looked, I'm like, oh, I already got that. But I needed like a 30-foot HDMI cord. And I'm like, about to buy that. And I'm like, yo, I got a 50-foot HDMI cord at the crib. All I got to do is just bundle up the 10 feet that I don't really need to use. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so I already had that. I had a HDMI coupler adapter. I had, you know, I was actually looking at a camera to buy. And I'm like, yo, why am I going to buy a camera? Like I already got it. You know what I'm saying? I already got what I need. Let me just go ahead and hook that joint up. Boom, bam, bing, bada boom, bada bing. There we go. 4-camera setup. I kind of wanted to stay away from the 4-camera setup. But I think it's to the point where I have to. The 2 previous years that I've been there, like I say, I operated more or less on a 2-camera setup. And I gotten away from it just because the way I had things placed. But there's a more of a demand now, meaning that client want more or deserve more, I feel. And I want to be able to give the client more than where they would get anywhere else. When they come sit down, whoa, we got a 4-camera setup here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, if I'm talking about something in my podcast or my recording, the guy can pull it up right away and have it show on the screen. You know what I'm saying? These types of things are important where it's just not you come and sit down, there's an experience. You know what I mean? So I've had football podcast. I've had a lot of different people come into the place. And it's been sustaining itself for the last 3 years. Luckily, I don't have a lot of overhead. And the reason I don't have a lot of overhead is because a lot of the stuff that I needed, I already had. The most thing that I really spent money on as far as the podcast studio is probably wires and attachments and things like that. And a mixer for it, pretty much. So any basically in some tables. So more or less accessorizing, you know what I mean? Things that I need but as far as when it really comes to the technical things, I spent a lot of time getting wires and stuff like that. So, you know, and I'm going to tell you for the last time, on that note, I am out. But you guys have a good night. And probably it's Thursday night. We will be coming back Friday night, I know for sure I probably won't be on. Saturday night, I will be on for sure. So I'm thinking tomorrow night I might see you guys, and Saturday, God willing. So till then, keep God first, family second, and you third. In that order, you should never be made last. When you see me again, I will be horizontal. I like the vertical, but it ain't really showing me the results that I really, really, really want. It's really not showing me the results that I really, really want. So it's good. We're going back horizontal, and if I'm gonna do something like this anyway, I got to do it. I got to be happy with it. You know what I'm saying? I got to be happy the way that I do it. And I like to show a lot of extracurricular stuff when I'm talking, and stories and news stories and stuff. It's an experience that I'm trying to create here when I do it. And I just don't think that vertical does it. I just don't. I'll look at the analytics or whatever when it's all said and done, but I don't think so. So with that being said, what you over there frowning up for, man? You watching me? Oh. So my son over there. So all right, you guys take it easy, and one love. Peace.